This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now, where we bring you the 3 E's: educate, empower, and engage. I'm your host, Harvey Blankfeld, along with our co-host, Shelley Brown, and we've been selling homes here in Southern Nevada since 1988. Shelley and I are also very proud to be part of the Real Estate Radio Network. That is a national network of local real estate professionals delivering timely, balanced truths about local market conditions. With us in studio today, we have Tracy Ruccia from Equity Title. She's the Executive Vice President and County Manager for them. Trace, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Glad to have you back. You know, we've been talking about this topic over the last few weeks, and we were preparing everyone for this August implementation of the CFPB rules, but that's changed, right?
Yes, the CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, has extended their effective date from August 1st to October 3rd. And let me actually correct myself. They've proposed the extension.
What CFPB has proposed and the way they're going to implement, the thing they're going to do is they're going to make the buyer accept the terms of the loan at least 3 days in advance of closing. So going forward in the future, when we get to the point where we've implemented this and it's been settled and everyone's accepted and understands and knows how to do it, it's going to be a wonderful thing because then we won't be worrying about the truck. We know. Hey, you signed the papers on Tuesday. You're moving in on Friday. So what's? I mean, we've seen this other acronym, TRID, with TRID.
Yes.
What is that?
TILA-RESPA Integrated Disclosure. It goes along with what the CFPB working on the new procedures, and it's about the different forms that are going to have to be prepared by lenders versus title companies. We used to prepare the forms. That's going to now be the responsibility of most lenders to prepare, and that kind of all ties in.
Okay, so listen, we've talked about this before too, Tracy. You know, we have our listeners like to get information about their properties periodically. They like to get updates, and maybe they're considering a sale, maybe they're considering a refi, and one of those things. You guys can provide them with some information in advance of them talking to either myself or Shelley or another lender. They certainly wouldn't be talking to any other realtors, I would imagine.
No, what I find interesting and what I'm seeing an increase of is homeowners calling us directly, wanting information on their properties, and that's why it was something I wanted to bring up again.
Excellent.
So it's
so they can get like what it's called, like we get a property profile. Is that what they would get from you as well?
That's exactly what they would get. It's a property profile, which is it's a pretty extensive package on your particular property, and it goes through everything that's against your property. If you want to know if you have any liens on your home, if everything looks good, it has demographics, it has everything in that. And one good thing to know too is if you're in the process of possibly putting in a pool, it's hot out right now, and you have contractors and you're struggling with some of them, it's really good to keep an eye on your property. Are they quick to slap a lien on your home? All of that stuff will show in the property profile.
When you do those prelims, I also see there's other things. You're talking about the history of the property. You're showing some of the history, some of the things that have happened past the tax bills, some of the other things. And then we're also looking at what happens around it. Sometimes we see what happens around. Is that part of am I talking about the same thing as the property profile show what's been happening around the house in terms of sales and so forth?
Yes, there's comparables. However, I would like to point out that does come attached with the property profiles, but I have said this over and over again, never take a title company's comparables.
Yeah.
Always talk with a real estate agent.
Good idea.
Like the Brown Blankfeld team to get the true CMA, because we go off of the county records.
Right.
Maybe a mother deeded her home or sold her home to her son
for $12.
For $12.
Right.
That's going to skew your prices incredibly. So you take it, especially we'll do them, especially if it's a unique property. Sometimes we can come up with stuff. However, I would always just take that with a grain of salt and talk with your real estate agent.
You've been listening to Las Vegas Real Estate Now with hosts Harvey Blankfeld and Shelley Brown. Please tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on News Talk 720 KDWN.